Hey, Chandler Bolt here, and in this video I want to talk to you about a concept called fixing bridges instead of slinging life rafts. This is a story from one of my old coworkers, and he always talked about how, imagine you've got this bridge, right? So there's this bridge that goes over this river, and the bridge is broken. So there's actually a huge hole in the middle of the bridge, and what you have is kind of like this pedestrian bridge. So you have people walking off, so they're walking across the bridge, and they're just stepping off and falling into the river because they don't realize that this bridge is broken, right? So they just keep going one after the other, and falling into the river. Now there's two approaches to solving this problem. Number one, you could fix the bridge and then people would stop falling in the river. Or number two, you can run down the river about 100 yards with a life raft and you start slinging life rafts and pulling people out of the water. Now what most people do is number two, they start slinging life rafts. But here's the thing, they're so busy slinging life rafts and pulling people out of the river that they're not actually fixing the root issue. Right? They're not actually fixing the bridge. So what we're a huge advocate for, and when I teach everyone at self-publishing school, is fix the bridge, don't sling life rafts. You know, there's certain phases in your business where yes, you have to sling some life rafts, and this is just something that's like, hey, we're not able to fix this, or it's gonna take too long to fix this, so this is the better solution to sling life rafts. So for the most part, and almost every time, what you should be doing instead is fix the bridge. Take the time to fix the bridge. Now, first things first, you got to figure out that the bridge is broken. And I've got another video on how to isolate any issue. And that way you can actually figure out what needs to be fixed. So you need to figure out that the bridge is broken, where it's broken, and where it needs to be fixed. But secondarily, and probably most important, is you got to be okay with some people drowning. That's the thing, is when you take time to fix the bridge, people are going to drown because you're not down there pulling them out with a life raft. And this is kind of an easy concept to understand conceptually. It's very hard when you're in the trenches to actually be okay with that. So just here recently with Student Success at Self-Publishing School, we've been hiring coaches, onboarding coaches, and getting some help for our student success team. Now what's happened is we've had to create a knowledge base, we've had to create this answer bot, we've had to create kind of all these things that will help students solve issues themselves and also reduce the number of support tickets that we have, right? Here's the thing though, in the process of that, the number of support tickets didn't go down. And we were already pretty overwhelmed as a team. So we had to make a conscious choice to say, hey, it's gonna take us 2 weeks to build out this knowledge base and to build out this answer bot. And then for years from now after that, this is gonna help us. And this is gonna save us a ton of time. But for 2 weeks, people are gonna drown. So we said, all right, we're gonna let people drown for 2 weeks, and that's just what's gonna happen. And now we got a week in, and the Zendesk response time numbers started going up, the average response time started going up, there were a couple complaints, things like that. And the natural tendency, even for me, is I was like, guys, what's going on here? And one of the people on my team had to remind me, they said, Chandler, we're fixing the bridge. These are just a couple people that are gonna drown in the meantime, right? So you're fixing the root issue. It's gonna make things much, much, much easier for you down the long term. So the question I would pose to you is, where in your business or in your job or in your life do you have bridges that need to be fixed, but you're just slinging life rafts? Ask that question. I think you'll come up with something great. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What was your number one takeaway from this video? Or what's that one bridge that you need to fix in your life? Comment below and I'll see you in the next video. Talk soon.